Thanks for coming out to the call tonight. It's cold in most parts of the U.S. tonight, so I guess everybody's in. So I'm glad you chose to spend your time with me tonight. Tonight may not be a very lengthy session because I'm still not feeling the best after last week, but I'm going to do my best to hang in here as long as I can. I have another training for you guys, and then I've got several questions that I got in emails, and like I said, I'll take your guys' questions after that. From the looks of who all's on here tonight, I think everybody's been to one of these calls before, but for the benefit of those that watch through the replay, this is my weekly Here to Help You webinar. I come on here once a week to do some sort of a presentation or a demo or some sort of small training, and then I take your guys' questions that I got through emails throughout the week and answer those. Then I take your guys' questions live after that. There's generally nothing for sale here. These webinars are not to promote anything, although occasionally I might mention a product that's been released or coming out during the week, but it's not to actually sell the product to you. It's just we may discuss it or may make you aware that something's coming out. But like I said, this is just a webinar that I do once a week just to give you guys a chance to come on here and ask questions if you want. Encourage everybody to come to at least one of them. I have more people that watch them through the replays than actually come to the calls, which is fine. But I encourage people to come to the live call because that's where you get to ask the questions live. You know, if you have questions that you can't seem to get the right answer to them or any answer to them, this is a good chance to do that. Before we get started, a couple of announcements. One, I talked to you last week and said that we may be switching away from GoToWebinar. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing a demo test with another webinar software. And I'm going to, over in the Facebook group that I have for my SWR members, I'll post the link to it over there. So if any of you guys want to come tomorrow night and help me test it, see how well that one works out. The main, if you were on last week's call, you know the main things I don't like about GoToWebinar is you guys not being able to see the conversation, and then the idea that sharing videos is not a feature that's built into GoToWebinar. You have to go through some crazy setups to get it done, which I still haven't done that, folks. Which I haven't had a video that I wanted to play on this call. I have had one that I wanted to play on the Wednesday night call once, which I didn't get to do that. But anyway, like I said, I'll send out the link to a few people, and if you guys want to help me test it tomorrow night, we're just going to do a short demo test and try the functionalities of it and see how well it's going to work out. It's actually Walt Bayless's RunClick. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with that, but I'm going to try that tomorrow night. I've set it up. I've had it for a while. I bought it back in December when I was first thinking about switching away from the GVO conference. I was looking at softwares that you could buy flat out. So I bought RunClick back in December and never did anything with it. And last week I finally got it set up, and I did sort of a test run with it as much as I could by myself. And it seemed to work okay, but I want to try it with a few people on it on the other end to see how well it works for everybody else as well. And like I said, I don't know that I'm going to switch to that. It's one I want to try because I've got till February the 5th, I believe, 4th or 5th, to make the decision on this GoToWebinar if I'm going to keep it or not. We'll see how well it works out. The second thing is I talked last week about the replays, and I'll give you a little hint that I'm working on some software to make the replays easier for you guys. So I have the software pretty much ready. I've been testing it and it seems to work okay, but I've still got parts of it I need to work on. But I wanted to give you another little hint about the software, just to maybe have you excited about seeing it coming. I'm actually going to be designing this software based on the class that we had, not last week, but the week before, about the Done For You sales funnels. I'm actually going to work it out to where if I can get everything worked out, and it looks like it's going to work out, it's just going to take some time to get it set up, that you guys will be able to distribute the software And if you get somebody else to use the software to watch the replays, you'll not only be building your list with the software by giving it away, but you'll actually be inserting them into my sales funnel where you can earn up to about $370 for anybody that you give the software to. Like I said, it's a work in progress. I've got a good demo of it now and it's working, but I don't have the full server back end set up completely yet. I kind of got stopped last week with that cold and didn't get to work on it too much. But I just wanted to give you guys another little hint about what's coming with the replays. I told you that there was going to be some changes in how the replays are done, and that's another little hint on what's coming. Like I said, I hope to have it completed this week, if not this week, early next week. But let's see. Do we have a question? John Allen's asking, Facebook, YouTube question, when posting a YouTube video to Facebook page, how do you resize the YouTube thumbnail image to take advantage of the larger size of the Facebook post? If you're going to post just the direct link to YouTube, you really don't have any control of that. If you're going to embed the YouTube video onto a page, either a blog page or a static HTML page, you can go into the metadata of the page and you can set an image that you want it for Facebook to pick up is what it shows. But if you're going to post just the direct link to a YouTube video, you really don't have much control over that. There is softwares that you can get that will create those for you. Some of them are a service that you get, and then there are some standalone software that you can buy that are, one-off costs. But even those, they work in the premise of embedding the video onto a page and then having the metadata linked to an image that you want Facebook to pick up on. That's the easiest way of doing it. Roy's saying, is this going to have a squeeze page to send Facebook and traffic to? Yeah, it's actually going to have 7 different squeeze pages in it, Roy. That's one thing I'm working on is additional squeeze pages for it. There's actually going to be 7 of them in it. It's going to have one main one for the software, but then there's going to be 7 additional ones that you can add into your autoresponder series. Okay, let's go ahead and get our presentation going. Alright, tonight's topic that we're going to talk about is growing your online business and the succession and progression of it. This is a topic that I talk about every once in a while. It's been a while since I talked about this, but I thought I would bring it up again tonight for you guys. Kind of goes back into some of the earlier trainings I did last year. There's a little mixture of that and a little bit of new stuff in it as well, because I've kind of revamped this training a little bit. But that's what we want to talk about tonight, is growing your online business. As online entrepreneurs, we all strive to see our businesses grow. We all want to see positive income streams and often to replace other income streams. I mean, for the most of us, we got into starting an online business for a reason. And most of the time, it was to generate either an extra income or to replace, an income from a job that you're working or from a job that you lost, or maybe you're unemployed or whatever. But for most of us, like I said, we're wanting to see a positive income stream, and in most cases is to replace an income stream. Now, there are several people that just happen into an online business. They start out just wanting to share information or share a cause or whatever, and they just happen into an online business. They don't really go into one wanting to start one out, but it winds up being one. But for most of us, it's not that way. We're wanting to generate an income stream right from the very beginning. 90% of all online entrepreneurs start out as affiliate marketers because of the low startup costs, especially if you're unsure about an online business and maybe you don't have a lot of money to invest, and maybe you don't have any money to invest, affiliate marketing is where most people will start out. But the sad thing is that most people don't take these online businesses very serious. A lot of people, when they start an online business, they don't really have the faith in it that it's going to do well, so that they really don't put much effort into it as far as trying to see that it does succeed. Now, people that invest money and time into a business, they're more apt to take the business serious. But then you have so many people, that have heard about this online marketing thing, and they just want to give it a shot and see how well it works out. So they're not really serious about it when they first start out. Most of us will all start out making huge efforts in the beginning. Um, we're really excited at the very beginning, and a lot of times, because we're excited and we make these huge efforts, we'll see some success in the very beginning. But the thing about it is, if you don't plan for what's next, all too often the success is only hit and miss. It happens in a lot of cases that you may decide to start an online business and you may go the affiliate marketing route. You may go, with the coaching route or your own products route, whichever route you may decide to go, or you may even decide to go into the mobile apps or doing AdSense or whatever. And you may see some success right off the bat, but if you don't plan on what to do next, a lot of times that business will start to falter and phase out. And if you haven't planned on what to do next, then you're kind of stuck at the very beginning again. So how do you plan for what's next? This is the thing that I get asked every now and then. Well, now that I've done this, what should I be thinking about next? I get this question fairly often. First off, you got to realize that no business can succeed with only one product to sell. If you think about it, there's not a single business that survives that only has one product to sell. If you only have one product to sell, you're extremely limited in not only the amount that you can sell, but the amount of people that you can sell it to, because eventually everybody would have that one product. Now, you might get lucky and be the very first person for a while, but it's inevitable that eventually you're going to have competition. A good example of this is, there's a friend of mine that came out with a video product on how to use whole wheat germ to develop recipes and smoothies and all kinds of different things you can do with whole wheat germ. And he had a really good video series on it. And for a while, he was the only one that had a video series on using whole wheat germ to make the different food products that he was making with it. So he done really well with it. I mean, for, I guess, 3 or 4 years, he was the only one that had that product. So, if you wanted to buy a training on whole wheat germ and what you could do with it, he was the only one you could buy from. Well, he had it listed over in ClickBank. And of course, him being the only one selling that type of product, it was, getting a lot of gravity attraction. So it attracted some other product creators that eventually, other people started making the same type of videos. I mean, it wasn't exactly like his, they differed from his, but because he was having success with it, other people noticed it, and they jumped in and started making, their own video products showing how to do almost the exact same thing he was doing. So his business started to falter because, he didn't think about what to do next, because that was the only product that he had for sale, and he had not thought about anything else about stepping up his game and having something else to follow up with it. So while it's good to start out with a good successful product, you got to always be thinking about expanding your product line. Now, it doesn't matter, like I said, if you're going to start out with affiliate marketing, or if you're going to be a product creator, or you're going to offer coaching or some sort of services, or whatever it is you plan to sell. You got to be constantly thinking about what you're going to be expanding your product line with, because you don't want to have just the one product. in your product line. You got to have a selection of products that will complement each other and offer you more chances for sales to your customer base. So, how do you expand your product line? Now, this can be applied in several different ways, and even in affiliate marketing, you can apply most of this. First off, you could offer additional features or functionality. Now, you may be thinking with affiliate marketing, how can you add additional features or functionality? A great example of that is a friend of mine, Daylin Starr, that for a while, when the major giveaways were really popular, she took that concept of building a list through the major giveaways and came out with a video step by step how to succeed in major giveaways. And she offered a free uh, 5 or 10 minute, or maybe even a PDF. I don't really remember right off, but she offered some sort of a free product to get people onto her list that would first off join the giveaway events through her, which she got credits for, and if they upgraded in the giveaway events, she got commission out of that. But then she also sold them that course that she created that showed them how to succeed with giveaway events. Now, that's an example of affiliate marketing, how you could enhance, the products that you're selling as an affiliate. The other thing you can do is offer complementary or related products to whatever it is that you're marketing. Again, this can be tied back to affiliate marketing or product creation or, any of the other business models. You could offer training or instruction. And this is the most common thing that people offer as far as the next things in their product line is some sort of training or instruction. Um, you'll have a lot of people that will buy a product that they know the product is good, and they've got all the instructions that came with the product, but they really just don't have any clue how to get started with it because maybe parts of it aren't explained well, or maybe parts of it are too technical for them, or they just don't understand how to do some parts of it. They don't really want to have to learn every part of it. So you could offer training or instructions to a product that you're marketing. And of course, the fourth and final thing, this is one of the most common things, is to offer an install or a done-for-you service. We talked about the done-for-you services last week or week before. Now, doing just these things will increase your business succession rate because not only are you offering the main product that you're wanting to make sales from, but you're offering additional products along with it. Now, like I said, this could apply to affiliate marketing just as well. I gave you an example of, Daylin Starr, what she did with a totally free product that she was an affiliate for and turned it into a product of her own that she could sell. And it didn't take her hardly any time to create that video series. If any of you guys have ever joined a giveaway event, it's just pretty much a step-by-step process that you go through. But there's a lot of people that just don't understand that process and are willing to buy an additional product that would explain that to them. But just doing those things that I just went over will add to your business succession rate because you'll have more opportunity for products that you can offer to your customers. So what about the progression? How do you make sure that your business is progressing? And this is the part where most people fail right here. They may have several products that they're promoting or offering, but then they're not really sure if the business is progressing or not. They may think that it is, but they're not really sure. They don't have any way of gauging if it really is progressing or not. Well, first off, you got to start off with tracking your ROI, which is your return on investment. In one of the very first Here to Help You webinars, I talked about tracking for success. One of the key mistakes people make in online business is they fail to track any kind of results that they get from their marketing efforts or their product sales or their traffic that's coming into their website. They fail to track any of that, so they really don't know where they stand. And you see this a whole lot in the offline world where they don't track much at all. They will send out a blast of newspaper and radio and television ads, And then if you ask them, well, what brought in most of your business, they really can't tell you. So they're, even the offline businesses are guilty of this for not tracking where they're getting their best results from. Your time that's invested into your business is an investment. Now, most people don't really think of that so much, but it really is. It's, time is worth something. Despite what you might think, your time is worth something. I know lots of people that will email me and tell me they've been working this free traffic method or been trying to do SEO for so long and they've put so many hours a day into it, and they really don't realize, how much time they're investing into that and not keeping track of it. Is it really paying off for them? But if you've ever worked a regular job, then you got some good idea what your time is worth. Even if it was a salary job, you got some idea what your time is worth. But if you don't track the amount of time that you invest into your projects and your products, well, then you really don't know how much time that you do have invested in it and what it's really costing you. Now, it's true that, just to give you an example, years ago, before I got into online marketing, me and my wife started a woodworking business, and we leased a store space at one of the local malls, and we would sell, custom made woodwork products. Uh, Gun cabinets was our biggest seller. But, I wasn't tracking how much time that it took me to make one of those gun cabinets. And I was selling them, at what I thought was a fair price, competitive price. But one day I decided I was going to track, see how much time I had invested in one, and the amount of materials and everything, and just kind of gauging it back to when I was working an hourly job before that. It turned out that I had 3 times as much money invested in creating that gun cabinet as opposed to what I was selling it for. So in other words, even though I was getting what I thought was a good return on it because I only had so much actual physical dollars invested in the materials, when I figured out the amount of time that I had invested making that gun cabinet, I was really losing money on it. So, that's a great example of, how you need to, just kind of be aware of the amount of time that you're spending on some of these products that you're working on or promoting. So you track any time that you invest, such as development and production, and this goes into, just coming up with the idea and thinking out the plans, maybe consulting with other people, you know, all of that takes some time to get it going. It may not be a whole lot of time at the very beginning, but it is a little bit of time that you've invested. And then of course marketing the products. And again, this goes back to even being an affiliate. It takes time to market an affiliate product. Even if you're going the free method, you've got time invested in that, and you need to have some idea of how much time you're actually investing into that marketing. A lot of people don't consider, securing partners and JVs as being, time invested, but it can take quite a while to actually build up, an affiliate, a network of affiliate partners and JVs. Um, I know when I first started with my very first product that I launched on ClickBank, I would go through ClickBank and find other products that were similar to mine, and I would try to contact the product owners and ask them if they'd be willing to help promote my product. And I had several hours invested in that because it takes quite a bit of time to track down, website owners and product creators. It takes quite a bit of time to do that. Again, that's time that you're investing that, it's really costing you money. And of course, you got to realize the monetary investments too, such as your outsourcing tasks, your ghostwriters and programmers, and of course, any paid marketing of your products. You definitely want to be tracking that in some fashion. And of course, the software and services to sell or deliver the products. A lot of people will look over that last one thinking, well, I can use this for several different products and services, but you still got to base it down to what your monthly cost is to be able to, serve those web pages and serve those downloads. If you have 10 products that you're selling and it's costing you $100 a month to have those services, well, it's costing you $10 a month for each product that you're selling to be able to offer that product for sale. And like I said, most people overlook that. They think, I use this for other things, so I can't really attribute it to the products that I'm selling. That each one's cost me this much. But really, if you look back on the whole grand scheme of what you're offering, you have a set amount of products and services that you're offering, and each one of those, takes up so much of that software and services to be able to sell it and deliver it. Okay, so as you roll out or add new products, you need to be keenly aware of what it really costs you to offer that new product. And, you know, you don't have to be, really precise and particular about it, although it helps the more precise you can be about it to know what your final cost is in getting that product ready to bring to market. But if you just have a general sense of it, that's better than what most people are doing, because most people have no clue about what it costs them to either develop a product or promote a product as an affiliate. They have no clue about it. Now, the next thing you need to think about is customer acquisition. Customer acquisition is another factor that you should be tracking. No matter what marketing methods you use, you've got so much cost and amount of money, on average to obtain a new customer. This is really evident to you if you're, paying for traffic to sales pages or opt-in pages. You got some idea right off the bat on how much it's going to cost you to get a new customer. But even at the point of, doing free marketing methods, it's still, like I said, your time is worth something, so it's costing you something to get that customer into your sales funnel, or a prospect into your opt-in list. And you need to be aware of what that's costing you. And then once you're aware of that, what it's costing you to get that customer, the next thing you need to do is you need to look at how much you can possibly make from that customer within the next 30, 60, 90 days. And that's wherein you need to have, additional products and services that you're going to sell to them later down the road. Now, all this sounds kind of hard, and maybe some of it sounds like bad news, or kind of maybe deters you from wanting to try. But there is some good news. For an online business, the cost of adding new products and acquiring new customers is really, really cheap compared to what an offline business would pay. An offline business to add a new product and to acquire customers can be up into the thousands and thousands of dollars. Whereas with an online business, I mean, you can get by, just for a couple of $100 to get a product created, and maybe invest 50 cents to $1 to acquire a new customer. And of course, these are just general ideas. I mean, you really don't know until you get to factoring it all out. But compared to an offline business, it's way cheaper to have an online business. But these are things that you need to know, especially at the end of the month, after you've went through a whole month of promoting and marketing and bringing out new products. You need to look at the customer base you have and see how much money you made from them in that past month to see whether it was really worth it or not. And you may find that there's areas that you spent too much time or too much money, and that you need to, alleviate that or cut that back for the next month, or maybe, make it more efficient or cost efficient in some way. But like I said, unless you're keeping up with the amount of time and money that you're putting into creating these new products and your marketing efforts, you really don't know how much it is costing you to have that customer at the end of the month. But again, like I said, the biggest thing is having, additional products in your product line that hopefully that the customers will stay with you and continue to buy from you again. Now, again, like what I was just saying, the customers can be monetized over and over again, and that comes from having the additional products and services that you can sell to them. And in a lot of cases, you really want to have these extra products and services you offer actually cost a little more, or maybe even significantly more, depending on what it is you're offering, as compared to what they initially bought to to become a customer. I've seen a lot of people that go the exact opposite of that. Um, they'll bring in a customer, say, for a $17 or $27 product, and then every product they sell after that is around that same price. In other words, they're not ever increasing in the price. So it gets to be, that the customers they expect to see products from you that are going to cost that same amount. And if you go above that, well, then maybe they might start to balk at buying because you get them used to a price range. That's another trap that people fall into, is being stuck at the same price level. The good news is, like I said, once you have current customers, they're 50% more likely to buy the new products that you have, or the services that you would be offering. You've got a really good chance that once they buy from you once, if they're happy with the product and the service that they got from you, they're going to buy the next thing that you offer them. Now, you're going to have a lot of people that are just curious about a product or a service, and they'll try it out just to see how well it works, but then they're not really that serious about it, and they just really just want to satisfy their curiosity. So you're always going to have those, but then you're going to have people that are really interested in whatever the niche or the topic or whatever the product is related to, that are looking for more, that are anxious to see what else you might have to offer them. So your current customers are always going to be your best customers, because they're going to come back for more from you if you deliver something to them good from the start with. But again, it all starts with having more than one product to sell and having a plan for what's next. If you start out with just one product, you're only marketing one product, you're going to reach a plateau of what you can sell with it, and then eventually your customer base is going to, if you don't ever contact them about new products, they're going to forget about you, and they're going to go on to other places to seek the other uh, products and services that are related, that you could have been offering them yourself had you been thinking about what's next and what you need to offer next. In other words, you don't want to be like the friend of mine that created that wheat germ video series and let that be your only product. I mean, he could have took that to the next level and created other products to go along with that, and kept his customer base. But he didn't do that. He only created the one product, and then, like I said, eventually other people found out about the little niche that he had found, and then he had so much competition it just pretty much put him out of business. So we got a question here. Roy says, they say it's just as easy to sell a product for $4.97 as it is for $7 product. You put in as much effort to sell a higher ticket product as you do a low end product. There's definitely no question about that. You're going to go through the same exact steps, the same exact marketing techniques to sell any product, no matter what the price range is. But once you have a customer and they came in at a $7 entry point, the chances of them buying a higher ticket product from you, is greatly increased, and you have just as good a chance with selling a high end product right up front too, provided that you can let the customer see the value and the benefits of what they're going to get out of it. But you put in just as much effort to sell either one. It doesn't matter which one you're actually going to market. You're going to put the same amount of effort and time into it, and a lot of times the same amount of money as far as paid ads and for any product that you're going to sell. So yeah, that's definitely true, Roy. In closing out our training here, I got a few final words for you. Starting out as an affiliate marketer is great. It's your lowest barrier to entry into an online business, but even so, you still need to be aware of your business's succession and progression. Um, Even though you're doing affiliate marketing, you still, like I said, you have time and money invested into it, and you still need to have a successive product line of more products to sell. Now, to be really successful though, you really need to start offering your own products and start relying less and less on affiliate marketing. And a great example of this is uh, I've got several products that I promote, websites that I promote, and free offers that have an affiliate sequence of emails in them, and sometimes the affiliate products just disappear. And when those emails goes out, the people that get them, if they open the email and they click the links, they go to a website that doesn't exist anymore, or the website's not functional, or the product's no longer for sale, it's changed to something else. So if you're basing your whole business on affiliate marketing, you really have to stay on top of your game and make sure that you're always offering products that are going to be for sale. Um, I run into this, like I said, a whole lot with some of the autoresponder series that I have. That uh, some of the emails will be tailored to a product that was current at the time, but then 6 months or a year later, the vendor has decided not to sell the product anymore, or he sold it out to someone else, or the website's changed, the links are no good. So, it's really hard as an affiliate marketer to stay on top of things like that, especially if you have several lists that you're working. So that's wherein you need to bring in your own products, and that way you know exactly what's for sale, and it's always going to be there because it's your own. And you can still do affiliate marketing. I don't do as much affiliate marketing as I used to. Although, like I said, I still have several squeeze pages out there that are, have an affiliate marketing series of emails in them. But I don't do as much of that anymore. People pretty much find those on their own now instead of me promoting them. But affiliate marketing is great. It adds to my income, but it's not my main income anymore. Now my main income now is my own products I create. And that's the point where you really need to get to yourself, is having your own products. Because really, when you have your own products, well, then you can have affiliates that will market your products for you. And that's what really helps, is when you can get a good popular product out there that affiliates are going to market for you. And once you start offering your own products, always be thinking about what's next and keep adding products and services. Okay, so that's my training on succession and progression. Like I said, this is a training that I've done a couple of times, and I've sort of revamped it a little bit because of some of the stuff that I went over earlier this year about tracking. I had a whole series that I've done on tracking, well, not this year, but last year. And I wanted to go back over that again because I get questions about that, quite a bit about, what do I do next now that I've done this? So I thought I would go back over this again for you guys. You guys have any questions on the training? Patricia saying, great stuff as always, thanks. Get well. All the men in my family were woodworkers. My father was, my son was, my son is, and my brother was, and my husband majored in woodworking products a million years ago. I love woodworking. Um, it just don't pay very well, or maybe I don't know how to structure it well to it pays, but I love woodworking. I hope to be able to retire someday and go back into making gun cabinets because I really like doing that. Let's see, Roy says sometimes it's really hard to see progression because you might not see results for 2 or 3 months. Well, progression is actually where you're actually tracking and seeing what kind of results you're getting, and succession is where you're actually adding products that are selling. So if you're seeing products sell that you're adding to your product line, well then you're pretty much going to see the progression. You just don't know how much it is. Um, once you once you have products that are selling, well then you'll know that your business is progressing, but you don't know exactly how much unless you're tracking things. And it can take a good 60 days or so for you to really get a handle on how much it's actually costing you to acquire customers to bring out new products. And of course, as an affiliate marketer, it's it's not as much an investment to bring out new products. It's just more of your time invested than any money that you would spend on advertising, and that you can find out really quick. And a lot of times in just 30 days or so, you can figure out how much it's really costing you to market a new product and if it's worth marketing or not. Kay says, have you ever thought of creating a ClickBank product of how to build a gun cabinet? Um, yes and no. I have thought about doing that, but I haven't done more than think about it. But yeah, in fact, when I was first deciding on what my first ClickBank product was going to be, I actually considered um, doing some sort of a tutorial video set, video series on woodworking. But um, I decided to go the opposite route and actually wrote an ebook instead on a totally different subject. Because something else that I really liked was bass fishing. So, but yeah, I have thought about it. But now I don't have the woodworking tools anymore now, so I would have to invest money into getting all that again before I could even do it. Okay, let's go over the questions that I got here. The first one says, how do you decide what affiliate products to promote? Well, as you know, if you've been on my list for very long, there's not many affiliate products that I promote. And for me, one of the big key things in deciding what affiliate products to promote is I actually have to try the product first. Whether I'm given review access to it or if I've actually bought it, I actually have to try the product first and see that it's worth having before I'll even consider promoting an affiliate product. In other words, I don't jump on the bandwagon of the day with what everybody else is promoting. I mean, it seems like every 2 or 3 days there's some big major launch of something, and I don't jump on those bandwagon. I did try that years ago. Actually went through a training with John Thornhill on how to get on leaderboards by adding bonuses and that kind of thing with affiliate product launches. But it was just, I don't know, too time intensive to stay up with it, and I just decided to start working on my own products. And now the only affiliate products that I'll promote, like I said, is something that I've tried. But when I'm considering an affiliate product to start with, like I said, my main thing is I want to make sure that it is a good product, something that I'm going to use myself before I'll promote it. But then I want to see that I'm going to get enough commission out of it to be worth it. Because a lot of times I'll use paid advertising, and if I can't get a return on investment from the commissions from the sale of a product for what it would cost me to market the product, that will make a difference. Now, you hear a lot of people talk about EPCs, and that's earnings per click. And that boils down to paid advertising. If you send 100 visitors to an affiliate offer that you paid for those 100 affiliates, how much would you make on average of the sale and what it would equal out to? And most affiliates, they want to see, over $1 per click. Is what they want to see on the average. Um, I sort of go by that, but not really. Like I said, my main thing that I'm looking for is just making sure that it's a good product and that it's worth using myself. But that's the general things what people look for is the amount of commissions you're going to get, and then how much on the average of 100 or 1,000 people sent to the affiliate page, how much you can expect to earn from on average from those clicks is what most people are looking for. The next question says, is it true that software outsells other types of products? Software is easier to sell than other types of products because people just have a conception that software is more valuable than ebooks or audios or videos. And I guess it's because they can actually see the software do something. Uh, a piece of software that, even if it just creates web pages or images or whatever it does, or if it just forms of functions or does something for you automatically, that you would normally have to do manually. People can see software do something, so they value it higher than a training type product. It's an ebook or audio or video. So I think they're easier to sell, but I don't know about where they outsell other products or not, because I've seen lots of video courses that sell really well too. But software definitely is a lot easier to sell. The next question is, have you ever offered CDs or DVDs of products for sale? And yes, I have several times. And in fact, one sales method that I'll use, and it's really not that I'm really trying to sell the CD or DVD, but I'll offer on the page itself the actual physical copy, either CD or DVD or a printed version of the manual or whatever, in addition to the digital version. And what I'll do is I'll offer the physical version, at a much higher price, or say you can get just the online digital version and download it for significantly less. And I do that just to get people to buy the digital version, and it works. If you offer both on your sales page, you're going to sell some of the physical products. You need to be prepared to sell the physical product, but you're going to sell. It's going to help you sell the digital version. And of course, anybody that buys the physical version, you want to give them the digital version as well. But yes, I've done that several times, and it works really well. It's a good marketing strategy. Now, one thing you could consider, and I haven't done very much of this, but I know people that do, is you can take some of these video courses that you get rights to sell and create a CD or a DVD out of them and sell them through CreateSpace over on Amazon. I know a guy that's doing that, and he says he's doing real well with it, but I haven't actually done that myself, so that's another avenue for selling CDs and DVDs if you wanted to. Now, along couple 3 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I can't remember how long it's been now, that eBay started making you put the digital products over there on a CD or DVD and sell it as a physical product, and that didn't work out so well over there because first off, everybody's looking for a bargain over on eBay, so it didn't work out so well. But for the way I did it, like I said, was offering it as an option on a sales page. It worked out really well. Again, if you're going to do that, though, you do need to be prepared to sell the physical product. And of course, with Knacky, it's really easy to do. The next question says, what is white label products and why are they so expensive? White label is kind of like a spinoff from private label rights. And most of the time you see white label involved with software or services. And basically what it is the creator of the software or the service, whatever it might be, has stripped out enough of the branding of the product to where you can go in and add your branding to it and make it look like it's your product or service that you're selling. It's the exact same product that he's selling and that other people are selling. It forms the same functions. There's no way of changing what the software or the service does. It's just that you get to go in and put your branding on it, and you could actually call it something else in most cases. But being that it usually is some sort of software or services, it's usually not real cheap to do that. Although it's not as expensive as creating that software, that service yourself. Most of the time, you're going to pay above $100, sometimes even more, sometimes $500 or more to white label a good software product or service. But I have seen some be $100 or $200. But it's like I said, it's basically a spinoff of private label rights, but it's for software and services where you really just get to brand it with your company name or your new product name that you want to rename it to. The next question says, why does everyone recommend Unix Linux web hosting accounts? The main reason for that would be WordPress. WordPress is the easiest websites that you can set up. You can get a WordPress website set up really quick through your cPanel and Fantastico or Softalicious, whichever one your hosting company offers. The second reason is because there's just so many more scripts and PHP files and stuff that will work with a Unix-based operating system as opposed to a Windows-based operating system. When you get into a Windows-based operating system, you have to have different type of programming language to perform some of the functions that you would see on other websites, and it can be really expensive to get that done. And a lot of times, in most cases, actually, it's compiled like software is, so there is no editing in it like there is with PHP and WordPress and plugins and themes. There's no pulling up a text editor and being able to change something in it when it comes to Windows-based servers. And Windows-based servers cost more to start with. I have seen some that are really cheap, but they're limited on their features when they're really cheap. But the biggest reason is because of WordPress and plugins and themes. It's just, WordPress is built around a Unix operating system, so that's why everybody recommends a Unix or a Linux-based web host. And then the last question I have, is there a place to find out about upcoming product launches? There's actually several, and there's actually some good Facebook groups for that now. If you go on Facebook, you can do a search for JV product launches or just product launches, and you'll find several groups that you can join. But there's two really popular websites you can go to see a calendar of events. JV Notify Pro is one of them. Just do a search for JV Notify Pro, and you'll find their website that has a complete calendar. And you can actually, if you're going to launch a product, you can set up an account there and actually list your product there. Chris Munch runs another good JV Notify website called MunchEye. It's muncheye.com, I believe it is. It's actually a WordPress website where he set it up. He's customized it, of course, but it actually has a calendar as well. And you can set up an account there and list product launches. And both of those services, JV Notify Pro and Chris's MunchEye, they have paid features too, where if you're going to launch a product, that you can get extra attention to your product launches. But if you're going to be an affiliate marketer, those are two websites you really need to bookmark and pay attention to them, because you can get way ahead of the game by going to their websites and just kind of scanning through the calendar once a week and seeing what's coming out. But like I said, there's lots of good Facebook groups that are coming out now for product launches as well. That's the best place if you're wanting to promote affiliate products, is to go to those groups or those two websites I mentioned, and they'll list the JV pages for the product launches so that you can find out what the products are going to sell for. Because that's one of the biggest questions I get, is when I do promote an affiliate product, I always get at least one or two emails asking, well, what's the upsells and what are they? And you can find those out from those JV pages. If you go to the calendars where they're listed, a lot of times, like I said, they'll have the JV pages listed there, and you can actually go look and see what the upsells and the downsells are going to be, and a lot of times what they even are. And in a lot of cases, after you been in affiliate marketing for a while, and you've got a good responsive list, you can even get request review access from a lot of those pages. Okay, that's all the questions that I had from the emails. I'll pull up the chat box here again. Thomas G has seen JV Focus. Yeah, that's another great one to go to. DK is saying it's like a store brand, i.e. Walmart or equal. Okay, where she's talking about the um, white label question, I guess. Yeah, another way of looking at white labeling is like store brand of food. If you go into a grocery store, most stores have their own brand of food that they're selling. And in most cases, that can of green beans or that can of corn that's, that store's brand was actually created by some of the major brands. They just, slapped that store's label on that same can as it was coming off the production line. So that, that's a great example of what white labeling is. You can't actually change the product. I mean, it's still the same can of green beans or corn, but it's got somebody else's label on it. Even though it's the exact same product, you think you're getting something different. Okay, guys, do y'all have any other questions for tonight before we close it out? We're running a little over an hour now, so now's the time to ask questions if you got them. Again, like I said, the software I'm working on, I'm hoping to have it ready towards the end of this week, first of next week. I think you're going to be excited about it when you see it, how the new replay system is going to work. And then, like I said, I'm actually designing it where you guys will be able to make money from sending people to the replays. So it'll be a good thing for everybody all the way around. I'll get some new people to come to the calls, and you guys can make some money by sending people to the replays. But like I said, I've got the software ready. I just got to figure out what I'm going to do about um, the webinar system itself to start with. Again, I'll send out a link to some people that want to help me test tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I'm going to do a test at around 8 o'clock or so. And any guys that want to help me test it next week, just let me know. And y'all can jump in there. Like I said, we're going to test it and see how well that software works. Wall says, do you want to connect on GoToWebinar? Yeah, well, I added you last week. I've got you in my contact list. If you want to talk after the call tonight, we can. Dana says, I'll try to test it. Okay. All right, I'll post a link over in the Facebook group for the SWR members, any of you guys that want to give it a shot tomorrow night. Like I said, it's not going to be any major presentation or anything tomorrow night. It's just mainly just to test out the features, see how well they work is what the biggest thing is. So it shouldn't take too long. Walson had a problem accepting you as accepting me as a contact. I think at first we did, but I think I'm pretty sure you're in my Skype list. Let me pull it up and look at it real quick, but I'm pretty sure you are. Okay. Yeah, it's different from the one you just posted in the chat thing. It's not the same account. So maybe that's why you're seeing that wall. Okay. All right, we'll try again right after the call, Wall, if you want to then. Like I said, I've got you in here as one, but you said something about that was from a different desktop or something. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and close out for now. I want to thank you guys for coming tonight. I hope to have the replay ready for you guys tomorrow evening. Like I said, look for another email towards the end of the week about the software if I get it closer to being ready. Tomorrow night I'll do a test with a few people. But thanks for coming again tonight, guys. Have a great week. And if you need to get a hold of me, email's the best way. If you're in the Facebook group, you can contact me there, or the private message board if you're one of the inner circle members. But Thanks for coming. Have a great week, everybody. I hope you get through this nor'easter storm. It's coming through, and it doesn't knock your power out. My power went out Saturday for a little bit, but it came right back on. So I'm hoping it don't go out anymore. But you guys are going to be up there in the thick of the storm. I'll be praying for you that you don't lose your power, because I know that happens a lot in these winter storms. But have a great night, everybody, and thanks for coming.